talking about fakery, we all know the Dr. UN story.
Yes.
Are you still keeping the trophy he gave you, or you've thrown it away?
I recently spoke about it, that I think his approach to me was the wrong approach. If it was him, which obviously he knows that if he had approached anybody saying he has an award scheme, people might come, but it would take a lot to convince people to come. So I think if it's his award, as in him, his award, I think it's still good, because that's him honoring you.
But as it stands now, he has not confirmed it was his award. He's still playing around.
Yeah,
he's still playing around the UN thing. Yeah.
If it's his award, I think it's worth still having.
So you still have it? It's not as if you've thrown it away. Have you packed it among your laurels, as in your trophies?
So I get the facts right from him.
Yeah. So it is still being kept somewhere.
Sure.
I understand. Yeah. But has it given you some caution around how you move now?
Yes.
Knowing that people might use your name to do some things that are not supposed to be done?
Yes. As much as you can try to prevent a whole lot, life still happens. You would have times where things would catch you off guard. You can't be too careful. That word is not even possible. You just try to be able to stay away from certain things, but I think things can happen. Yes.
I see. DJ Sticker, let's go on to do some more. What is next? Married to the Game. Yeah, Charlie, let's talk about features on the album now, because this one, the energy Casper brought on was crazy, man. What went into the selection of who got featured on the album?
It has to do with the music. If I hear the music and I feel like a voice will suit it, I'll reach out. Yes.
So in Ghana, we had Darko Vibes.
Yes, and Medical.
Kwesi Arthur. And
MOG Music.
MOG Music was also there, which I believe has been the people's favorite as well. The one with MOG. We will talk about that. Now, Sak, there's one thing the fans are doing, that is comparing the flow of yourself and Casper Nyovest.
Yes.
And I don't know whether it's a healthy thing the fans can do.
Yes, that's what rap is about. Rap can never be listened to just regular, unless you are talking about life. Even that one, they will still look at how you deliver it. So rap is always, it has that ear. You can. It's not jazz music just appreciating just the music. Rap is something that they have to appreciate the flow, lyrics, everything. So yeah.
Now how they put it, can it sometimes bring troubles? Because I remember not long ago when one, I don't know whether I should call him one of your fans, made a tweet about Wale, that Sarkodie gave him a career. I saw your response that you were not too happy with it, even describing the act as damp. So when they start these comparisons, sometimes does it not create some confusion?
Honestly, if the opponent, or not the opponent, the other party involved doesn't care, because me, I wouldn't care. But if because he had to retweet for me to see it. When he did that, I know how that can go. If the person was just like me, who I know my people, so I would not even feed into it. But since he has done it, if I say nothing about it, I've seen something play out the same way before, and it didn't go well. So that's why I had to come in to also, speak on it. But on a regular day, if it's just me you're talking about, I don't care. But this is something beautiful that has happened organically. It wasn't forced. I didn't have to go through stuff. This superstar, I reached out in the DM, we had a conversation, and he also respected the music I do as well. It was so organic, it was so pure. Sent him 2 songs, and then he did that one and sent it back. So as beautiful as that was, if you are saying this to him, you can imagine how that makes him feel. So I wasn't gonna respond if he did not.
So have you had a side discussion with Wale to find out he's comfortable and he's not maybe angry about that?
No, I think with energy sometimes you don't want to also fuel it. As much as he said it, I said something back, and he responded to someone about how I am as a person and how we be connected. So I think I can only think that I think he's good.
I see. Yes. Now let's do a little bit of a discussion on VGMA. In fact, with the last edition as a case study. And then Yes, so we were behind it thinking, no, Sarkodie has gone mute on the VGMA, but as a matter of fact, we don't know what really was going on around your team and in you. With VGMA, did you go mute on it?
Mute as in not
as in not even doing stuff about it for even the fans, because sometimes I interact. I'm a SAC native. Yes. Maybe you don't know. I'm a SAC native. I'm part of them. Our interaction was that no interest, because King is not showing any interest. King is not doing anything about it. So I'm asking, was it deliberate? Like this year, maybe I'm not interested in any awards. Then let them do their thing later.
Definitely not deliberate, but I think it's all stages in your life as a person. That's like what just happened, I think a week or two ago when I went to London. I was excited because I wasn't going there to go and perform. I was going there to be a creative director to the show, which was at this point in my career is the new high. That's when you're coming up, there are highs. You know, it's like this when you're playing my songs on the radio, it's a high, but it's not the same as it was 10 years ago. You know, when you hear a song on the radio, you even want to pack and go and listen how people are listening to the song and all that. So you go through that, and that not like you don't appreciate, it's just you want something else to be the new high, which at this point I don't think, you know, the awards are good, and that's we are doing. You have to be recognized that you did something, but it's not the same high as it was, you know, a couple years back. So I won't say it was deliberate. It was just organically. That's how I felt. I just didn't. I was not, and I don't force stuff. You know, trying to hype it, you know, because people want you to hype it.
I see, but it affected the fans, because I know they would want you to win. That is all their dream. They would want you to win all the time. But since you are not showing any interest in it, they were also laid back. I know at a point some of them were confused. Should we continue to push it or we should not? So moving forward, do you still like it like that? That when you go mute, they also go mute, or they can still go ahead to do their things?
No, I think the fans are. I respect the fact that they follow my lead on certain issues. I definitely want them to follow my lead. But yeah, they are also fans. They stand for something, and that's what makes them fans. So I can't come in their way and try to tell them how to move. You know, I can only suggest sometimes and go like, can you guys go a little bit soft on this because it might create a problem like this or whatever. But fans are fans. Fans are not supposed to be necessarily realistic. You know, fans, that's why they are fans. They love you and they want to see the best for you. So I don't think they can ever feel comfortable enough to say, oh, if they don't want you to do something, that means it's in the best interest for you. So what they decide, I still respect it.
Now, do you have an idea when this high or low thing for awards will end, or it's likely to
feel for? I'm not saying that you don't respect it or you don't need it. I'm just saying that naturally, it's like when I'm pushing a project, and it's nothing too new. The energy that I will use to even come up with marketing strategy is not the same, you know, because you feel like it's the same thing. That doesn't mean you won't sell it regardless, you know. So that's what I'm saying. It's not like I don't want it or I don't care, but it's just not the same feeling because those things, when I do it, it's actually organic. That's how I feel. I'm putting up banners, I'm doing this, like when I was dropping No Pressure, you can see I'm doing this.
We saw the energy.
Because I have a new project and I want to push it, you know. Certainly should be too scared. I will get to a point where even albums I don't want to, you know, drop it. But it's a high. I don't know how to explain it. You can't fake it. If you don't feel like it, you can't really do anything about it.
Yeah, but now they're also expecting you to head towards the Grammys, and now that we even know Sony Music is now part of the business, this is a stepping stone to the Grammys. So I'm not sure the high will affect that level as well.
No, I think I will still keep working. I will still keep pushing myself. I actually believe in trusting the process, and I want Stark Nation, definitely. I know they want the best for me, and they know that I will not settle for less. I will definitely go. The pace might not be as on speed as you want it, but knowing myself, I will not settle for less. I met Ochame Kwame, I think, I don't know whether it was last year or something, and then I saw him, he was so in shape, and I said, you know, how old he is, and you know, being in the game for this long, and still keeping up with how he looks. And I said to myself at that point, I was, you know, I gained weight, and I was like, me, I don't think I can keep up. I think one day I'll just give up and just be because it's work.
Actually.
But you know what he told me, which is interesting, because I think Ochame Kwame is very deep. He sees stuff from a deep perspective, and he said, not knowing you as Sarkodie, but watching you from far, you're not somebody who can give up and let go. Which actually, when I play back my life, I've been like that. It's hard for me to settle for less. I'll definitely go for the highest level of what I want to do, but maybe the pace and I also like it because a lot of artists have done a whole lot within a short period that now they have nothing to do again.
Yeah.
So for me to be here after 10 years and you still looking forward to me doing something, that's the interest in me doing the music that I'm doing. So if I do all this within this short while, what else is left for me to do? You know, and people actually put me in a very old age category. I'm not. You know, I still have time. So,
but sometimes you also say it in some of your rap. When you say you are a father, you are the father of all rappers.
Yeah, father's you know, that's a figure of speech, right? you could be 15 and still possess a father. Exactly. You know.
Now there is a concept ongoing in our music industry because you are a content creator, where I wouldn't call them artists, where creative people or content creators, they sit to break down lyrics of artists. And I know your songs might have gone through some of these processes. Do you guys always feel comfortable when maybe the understanding the content creator is putting out might not be exactly what you wrote, but you will not be given the chance to maybe respond to or defend to it?
I think we have no control over that. So I just watch it as it happens. If somebody gets it right, cool. If they don't, that's cool too.
But are you enjoying the few you've seen? Maybe you've seen some one or two. Do you like
talking about the reaction to the music?
Yes, the reaction, the music breakdown.
I think that's a new trend now. And to me, that supports the music a lot. So I'm definitely up for it. You know, I enjoy it. The fact that you made something and somebody is enjoying and interpreting. How do you say it?
Breaking it down, interpreting it. Yeah.
Yes. You know, so I like it. I like the fact that they appreciate the music and they took the time to want to break it down for the people,
even when they do it negatively.
Yes. I think is somebody not liking something doesn't mean, you know, you can see when somebody don't like you just for not liking you. But somebody could listen to a song that they don't like, you know, which is that's why we have people to listen to music. You do it for people who appreciate it. Some people wouldn't. So that is also cool, you know.
I see. Now, King, let's continue with our conversation whilst we still listen to the songs. Now, my next thing is, in your space, are there some secrets or some information that you wouldn't want to share, no matter what maybe your friendship with another artist will be? For instance, you just got a deal with Sony. Is it something you openly share with any artist, or there are some trade secrets that every artist should keep his?
When it has to do with the work, and if you're talking to a colleague who is also in the work, I think you could be open enough to have open conversations. But if you sit like a place like this, every business has their codes, which you can't speak on here. You know, it's not right to have it openly. Okay. So there's limitations to it. Yes.
So when someone approaches that, okay, Kinsak, I would want to get this knowledge, I would want to get this information, are you always available to help them?
Yeah, depending. Obviously, you would look at the person asking you if it's worth him having the information. Yes.
Because recently Shatawale put out a video talking about the fact that the young artists, the Yao Tog and the Amrados and the Kweku Flicks, they shouldn't pay attention to the industry, saying they are now the new lords, they have now taken over the industry, but they should rather come to you guys. He mentioned you, he mentioned Stoneboy, he mentioned himself that they should be coming to you. But I always ask, if they come, are you guys going to tell them every secret in the game?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Your presentation would determine if you get something out. All that is like art, is a quality that one possess, you know. So I'm able to get information from Daddy Lumba because of my presentation, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot of artists that will get close to him that they wouldn't get to that conversation. So I think your presentation would determine if Shatta would open up or myself, I will open up, you know. So if you come to me and I watch your presentation, I can't pinpoint exactly what I expect, but it's just natural. If you can feel it, the person can strip you naked from, you know, giving information. Yes.
And again, the Shatta talked about decentralization of events, or better still shows. So I was happy when you took your album listening to, or a session of your album listening to Kumasi. Is it so easy maybe to do it elsewhere again? To do it, say, in Takoradi, Tamale, Ho, anywhere in Ghana?
I think you know, businesses obviously that they would want to be on board. They say, let's say like a telco want to support, they look at, you know, the areas that you're going. If we want to deal with how much goes into doing a show, especially having the type of names you're talking about, you want to take it to somewhere like you know, Obuasi. You know, I can only imagine how they're going to be able to host that. You know, so until you have an opportunity where things can be sorted smoothly for you, and you can have a good show for your fans out there, I don't think any artist will say no to it. So it's just more of what it takes to be able to put up a show. Because as much as I want to go to Obuasi, I don't want to go and they will tell me that because the fans can not to even pay me the system, because you go to the difference, you go to the sound system and everything. At this point I'm not in the mood to try to make something work too much, at least the basics has to be sorted, which is always hard in those places. So if you have somebody to take care of all of that, I think every artist would be.
I believe you know Tilly Okuenipa so well.
Yes.
She has said several times that you have a way of making profanity sound so sweet in your songs.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. In fact, she thinks you are very, very dirty, but you do it so nice that even people who listen to the song, they wouldn't even know.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
Is it the case?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because Jara, for instance, you listen to Jara, it's an adult language. Yeah, it is not for children at all. Very, very deep. But Kinsak doesn't want to comment on it. No. I've seen that. He wants to keep that one very, very secret. Okay, so at this stage, I'll introduce you guys. One question, one song, and we go through it. Kojo Kinsak, you are very close to Kinsak. So let's start. Let's continue like that.
Kinsak. Wow, this is great. The first time I saw him was at Kofodia Hotel Eridek.
Oh wow.
That was about some 15 years ago.
And I checked.
And Abeku Santana gave him a very grand welcome. Welcome the superstar after we've been enjoying on Kasari level.
Yeah.
And one of the episodes, I think Captain Planet
was in the studio.
So when he finished rapping, Dr. Duncan asked Captain Planet, how do you see this man? And Captain Planet was like, he's very good, but he mentions his name too much. That time the 1 minute to be Sarkodie. And I love the answer Sad gave. He was like, yes, or say openina children, but we bombidina and mommy confidence.
Wow.
And that has been the thing that has worked for him is confidence throughout the Kasari days to date, and everything is sorted out. Legend. There's one thing that the new guys now, in your case, you are an independent artist.
Yes.
And it's not the fact that there was nobody to invest in. If there was an investor, you would have loved that. But you happen to make it independently. I'm seeing a trend that most of the boys now, they want to be independent. But even you, at a point, you realize you need some brains behind you to catapult you to the next level. But it seems that now they all want to be independent at this level of this stage that they are now growing. Meaning they want to move with their day ones.
Yes.
They don't want to get anybody to advise them. Because maybe they have the hit now, but somebody who can see from 10 years now what will happen. So what advice can you give to the authors, the black sheriffs, who are coming about this?
Yes, that's a very good question. So independence, I always preach that, but I think it's cut for certain type of people. I think we are all not the same. That being independent doesn't mean getting signed to a label or having a team is wrong. I think naturally myself, I was born as somebody who could pass to be a manager, right? No. I think you have to know what you possess, because there's certain creative people who don't want to get involved in the back and forth on the other side. That's in what the managers actually do, which I enjoy that. I have a team that deals with that, but I'm definitely hands-on. So it's naturally how I am as a person. So that, I think, brought about the fact that I could still survive being independent, because then all these meetings I would still want to take them and go and sit in and have an idea. Some artists, which is there's good and bad to everything. That can creep into creativity. It doesn't allow me to focus too much 100% on studio. You're trying to get involved in what Angel does sometimes. You know, Angel will be there, but then I also want to sit with him 24/7. So being independent, you have to possess certain qualities as a person to be able to do it to the best of it. If you don't possess it, it's not bad. That God created us all different. We have people who have serious talent, but might not necessarily have the skills of doing the other stuff that comes with it. Such a person, if you notice that, try to involve people to come in. You know, people who do whatever that will take whatever you're doing to the next level. So if you possess having the qualities of being an independent artist, thumbs up to that. I don't think that's bad. But then even independent artists, you still have to be building team, as he said. For me, there are levels that you want to get to. So if you get to any place where somebody can take you to that next level, and the only thing about creative business is that it's different from corporate a little bit. Corporate does strictly business. If you can't deliver, move. That's it. If you are in a corporate entity, they don't look at you as my friend, and you know. But creative business, psychologically, your friends keep you. You know, creative people need that. We need to see our day ones. We have our people around me, and it gives us a motivation to write. If you get strictly into people you don't know, it puts pressure on you. Angel wouldn't necessarily be necessarily harsh and waiting for something without understanding, because he knows me, he knows Michael. So definitely you need a day ones, and then you can add on people who are not necessarily day ones as agents or whoever to take you to the next level. So I believe if you want to be independent from now, you have to put in 1,000% work. If not, then involve people.
I see. Now, King, let me do this follow-up. I know your desire to always support the new talent, but sometimes you make some moves and people read meanings into it, thinking that, King Sark wants to get closer to them because the guys are now shining. When you hear some of these things, does it stop you from maybe doing it for the next person?
The best way to stop it from happening, or people having a perspective, is not to be successful. So if I wasn't successful, that would not be a conversation. It would always be, you know, they wouldn't even talk about it. So now people are finding ways and means on how you're able to do it. So anything that you're doing, they're trying to say, okay, this is it. This is why he's doing it. Okay, because he's endorsing this person, that is why he's still relevant. You know, naturally, I've been there before. I've been in studios. I think Yagre would know from when I started. You know, there are people who walk in and see you sitting in front of the studio and go and record and come out. And now you are also a big artist. So I know what it would have taken for an artist to just say something on my song, or even introduce me to someone. I know how,
you know, the value of that.
So that feeling is still there. So if I don't mess with the music, I wouldn't necessarily try to act like I like it. You know, if I actually like it, then I don't know what stops me from, you know, putting it out there. It doesn't take anything away from me. So I will still do it. The only thing that kind of like affected what I was doing was the signing. So the signing puts pressure on me, as you know, people want to take away the beauty of what is happening and try to look for faults, and then I feel that it puts pressure on the artist as well. So for the best of all of us, what I can do is just keep doing what I'm doing. I would want to sign, but how it comes off, I'll rather support, and then you be independent, go get the work done. I'll put you on the platform, you just take it from there.